With no status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. Who need your help? Teach about self, don't you well? Cuffers about people are puzzling what the hell suck with you. No status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. Who need your help? Teach about self, don't you well? Cuffers about people are puzzling like the hell suck with you.
Elijah and Spark was what my drew. Many act like they never knew. Got you in the pot over burning bamboo, simmer in the sellout stew. Black Twitter ripping TI, just a bunch of sellouts too. Chasing a fraud, a puppet like God, but always running from truth, accepting the lies of rapper guys, repping LGBTQ. Wearing a purse, revenge of the nerd, is how black sellouts do. Keeping you whack, calling you black, another more two misnomers too. The reason we fall, most of all, we trust all and love who. Using fire festival rules. They keep selling you out. Playlist full of these dudes, keeping you fools on Google where they hang out. Snapchat, black trap, Takashi shop and fat rap. The way sellout niggas flip, they must be acrobats. Finger under my nose like Mo, watching how low all these sellout niggas go. Calling the continent Turtle Island when the Moors know this is Morocco.
With no status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. Who need your help? Teach about self, don't you well? Cuffers about people are puzzling what the hell suck with you. No status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. Who need your help? Teach about self, don't you well? Cuffers about people are puzzling like the hell suck with you.
Stand straight up in his chest, speak from the gut with one's breath, erect one's spine and helps align one's mind, not just puff chest. Some see success as an image, it's part. Yeah, some are just gimmicks at heart, mimics that start to change from closer to their aim. Similar, not the same, the lane most of us claiming off from, meaning some common traits of fresh learning changes how things get done. We begun with self-inspection and proceed to self-reflection in the direction of those in my immediate trusted section. Corrections mandatory, many lap peers of authority, reminding us of our story, how we are and we are to be most people see. Too many grasping dearly for imagery, when truthfully you see's only the iceberg tip of me. That's how it's supposed to be. Instead of these short vision investors, spending to be shiny, praising haters and being grimy, and most of the time should be a memory of past poor conduct. Yes, I'm so stuck in that stage, excessive value for external praise.
Status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. Who need your help? Teach about self, don't you well? Cuffers about people are puzzling what the hell suck with you. No status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. Who need your help? Teach about self, don't you well? Cuffers about people are puzzling like the hell suck with you.
The only way to get live Premier League matches is with Fubo TV. Catch top players, victories, and upsets now in crystal clear.
Yo, man, this ain't no damn math quiz. Is you riding or not? Yeah, bro, you ain't naked no more. Come on, man. Let's roll out. That shit away, man. Let's go. Where these niggas at anyway, man? 95s, right? Yo, where these?
But you're acting like it's something else, they're begging over law, but you really need to study self. All law is our law and I don't need nothing else. Hating on the Moors, but the reason is you hate yourself. Learn how to love instead of hate. Stitches get stitches, and I can smell a dirty miles away. The game is to play, not to get played. So you better play your cards right or get blazed. That's me, I'm a mufti, I tell you in writing. If I tell you in the flesh, guarantee you won't like it. I'm fearless, I'm humble, but I strike like lightning. Intelligence heightened, others is frightened. In-house fighting, if that's love, I'm not liking, I know it's not. You never met a lie because your heart is not the purest spot. Love, truth, peace. freedom and justice, spread love the same way I spread that mustard.
A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true. A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true.
Bring you out of darkness in a marvelous light like Drew Ali. I be with the nobles you see of me in Greek. I'm about to take you under the sea to see what the Moors made in waters with mermaids. Turn the page, that's a paper cut. I let them tape it up. Cause our nationality they tried to keep from us. Let the heater up, because it's wartime. I know you see the light when the Moor shine. Scimitar swinging at your neck. I know I've been taught to forgive, not forget. While y'all were playing checkers, we were all playing chess. It probably ain't safe even if you got a vest. So you better come correct like a spell check. I am more, nothing less. We up next and forever, searching for Gilgamesh's treasure. Word to John Bay, you know that it's whatever.
A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true. A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true.
Talking Ruger, my utterance is horizontal strays. Argumentative tone penetrate like gamma rays. Come from a different follicle, I sprout a better grade. These dudes are stuck in analog, it's time to upgrade. The digital was pivotal when I get literal. Scratch off the cereal so I can blank out. Mr. Imperial rank is out. Looking for the opposition, call that operation, clear them out. He's en route, on star embedded in my cerebellum. At my destination where we engage is where they dwelling. To the paramedic spatula, scrape them up, flip them on the stretcher, grilled cheese, guts. That's craft single tactics, my views is galactic. But I just landed so you can grasp this. Now it's back to the space station for reflection. Up here, no reception, I'm the best, no exception. When I talk, change complexion. Yeah, my lines is heat, so when I speak, there might be Pyrex protection.
A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Drew Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling galore demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be freemen. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. A game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles, signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message, presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emerging urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm I'm a record, take you to the body shop, correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes until you tighten up. You catching splinters from the pine, clean the clouds out your thoughts. That's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the combo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the combo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Islam, Moors. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. It's still Black History Month, so, we gotta let them know something. But it's Q&A Wednesday right here at Canaanland Moors. Don't forget, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m., RV Bay Presentments. Just email rvbaygotoclass@gmail.com, or you can go check the RV Bay Go to Class YouTube page. Go subscribe over there. All right? Or check the website, rvbaypublications.com, and just go check the homepage. See what's there. Just to see. If you have already and you've been on there, honors to all the Moors. Read RV Bay every day. Honors to all the Moors. Honors to the Moors. Honors to the Moors near Aurora. The Moors near Aurora, Colorado, making it happen. Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, Justice Tour 2024. We're getting on it again. So if you're near Colorado, because Moors already came out the woodworks near Colorado. Moors came out the woodworks, Colorado. So we'll see what's good. Friday, February 23rd. Saturday, February 24th. You got the double. You got the 2-day. The 2-day. The Moors want to be there for the weekend or whatever like that. We're there for a 2-day. We're there for a 2-day. Friday, we're at Central Library. And Saturday at Martin Luther King Jr. Library. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Friday. Saturday, 12 to 4. Info, TariqBay2018@gmail.com. And that's the contact near Aurora, Colorado now. Because, everybody says they're the Moorish whatever. Oh no, we're gonna start designating Moors for their particular jurisdiction. So people know where they can go. Because games are still being played out here. If you ain't noticed, games are still being played. Let's catch you up, because you probably missed what was going on in the week. Let's just catch you up. I haven't been here in a while. So we've been getting out there. Peace Pipe TV, NYP Talk Show, been giving us some room on their platform. So honor to them. Honor to those Moors over there that have platforms that, are catering to everybody. but the right place where you can go to. You know, everybody tries to cater to everybody, but you don't want to be going to everybody's YouTube page. You know, you want to be selective. You want to be selective. Right? Regardless of what, we don't care. We don't care what people are saying or whatever. Just so you know, this was part of Beyonce's Super Bowl commercial. That was the numbers again. The numbers that watched the Super Bowl. Was the numbers, right? And then you already know they had to jack the indigenous energy. That's why Chiefs had to win. Chief had to win. And people are talking about feathers and fezzes and whatever. But how about spearheads? How about spearheads? Because all Moors are active, not passive. And it's really fascinating to me that Bay Once is going to tease her new music video in Super Bowl ad. And right there, big on the screen, Bay. Jack Barbie's whole energy. Jack Barbie's shit. Like the real Barbie's back. The real Barbie, the Asiatic Barbie. You remember the Barbie? The Barbie that they traded? And then you go into check the Pope. He's playing to Black Madonna and all that stuff. And they have these idiots over here looking at European Mary. Well, the originals are back. The Moors. And then you already know the bar is Barbary because we're not at the bar. And we're not hiring a lawyer. So we're not, it can't be that bar. It can't be that bar. What's Barbie? What? But keep playing games. Keep being blind. Keep being blind. You're only playing yourself. Being blind. You just keep being blind out there. It's okay. You know what I mean? This isn't for everybody. We already know this is for the two in the back. We already know this is for the two in the back. You know, hundreds of thousands of people is going to proclaim their nationality. Stop the madness. Juali said few faithful Moors when he was alive. How much more do you think it is now? Prophet's not even here. People don't even have to stand at attention anymore. People could do whatever it is that they want. People could do all types of madness right now. And then they're trying every weak mind. Trying every weak mind. And many weak minds are falling off the wagon. Many weak minds are falling off the wagon. Right? Many weak minds are falling off the wagon. Right? Don't fall for the victim stuff because people got victimized and then now they want you to play this victim thing. When the United States assassinates or imprisons our leaders, it's an act of genocide. No, it's not. Not an act of genocide if you're not killing human beings. Negro, black, colored, which is what all these assassinated leaders represented, that the so-called United States assassinated, they were all playing black games. All right, so if they're playing black games, then it's not genocide. Because they proclaimed out their own mouth. Out their own mouth, they proclaimed they're black, Negro, colored, and then get murdered and then want to complain about genocide. And they're claiming stateless. And then Moors, who should know better, are condoning this BS. This victimization BS. Don't play victim now. You're talking all that madness. Show and prove. Show and prove. That's all. You're making claims, then show and prove. Don't tell me about, oh yeah, you gotta do it this way and that way, and this is what the book said of the whatever, and then you never did it. You never did what you're telling other people to do. You never did but they're supposed to trust that you know what you're talking about. Yeah, all right. It is not genocide if the leaders were stateless. If the people were not incompetent, it wouldn't matter what they did to our leaders, because the people would have stepped up. Similar to the incompetence of Moorish militia members that didn't step up after the leader was kidnapped for a year. After the leader was kidnapped for a year, and no Moorish militia, whoever, stepped up. The ones that were at least out, the ones that were in music videos and all that stuff, posing for pictures about Hamas and all that. None of them stepped up. None, not one stepped up. Not one. Not one stepped up. But that's the same thing that everybody else is. The people were incompetent. People chose to be incompetent. They chose that. Right? They chose incompetent. Right? Sabir Bay right now, selling King Alfred plan for 60 notes. When you can go to RV Bay Publications and get that for 10 notes? How is he justified in saying 60 notes? How? 60 notes. And keep in mind, this is the same Moor. This is the same Moor, Sabir Bay. This is the same Moor that when we bought DVDs from him and he didn't want to send them in the mail because he was going to be in our territory. And he was talking about he's trying to go to Morocco and all this and do the documentary because the Moors need to know about Morocco and all this stuff or whatever. So buy some DVDs to support the trip. We bought some DVDs. Just go ask him. Well, if you're going to be in town, why don't we just meet at the temple? You've never been to the temple before? Like, come check the temple out or whatever. Nah, we have to pay him to come to the temple to sit down and talk to Moors. What do we need to pay you to talk to Moors for? What do you? We thought you're a Moorish brother or whatever. There's Moors who they are near this territory for some other thing that has nothing to do with Moors. And they'll leave a voicemail on that. I'm just passing by the temple right now. I just wanted to call, leave a message. They're not even here. They come from somewhere else. And they're just here and they know about the Moor Science Temple here. They're supporters of Noble Drew Ali. if they're going to be in this territory, they want to come to the temple. They'll travel halfway across the city or whatever to come and get me at my domicile, to go halfway across the city again, and then go across the city again, drop me back, and not ask for nothing. Ask for nothing. They just want to make sure that they go to the temple. If they say they honor Noble Drew Ali and all that, then it's in their best interest, if they're near Toronto territory, that they go to the temple and just see what's up. Sabir Bey wanted us to pay him. Pay him to come to the temple. Support his trip to Morocco and all this for documenting stuff for the Moors. Ain't nothing come out yet. So we're like, forget that. We're not paying you. But we still need to get our DVDs since you're here. So where are we meeting? Where are we going to meet? We're like, where are you going to be at? Because we'll just meet you wherever. So he was downtown Toronto. We go downtown Toronto, and he's telling us, meet him at the Starbucks. Meet him at the Starbucks. This is our spot. This is where we grew up and stuff like that. We know where we're going when you say meet us somewhere. And as we're walking, the street called Dundas that we're walking on. Walking on Dundas Street. And as we're walking, we're downtown. We know where we're going. We pull up to the Starbucks, and it's in the village. That's Starbucks in the village. Why is this Moor? This Moor wants us to not pay him to come to the temple. And then the alternative spot to meet at is Starbucks in the village. This is a Moorish American. Then it's at a Starbucks in the village. Now, this is the stuff that you don't know. Now, again, take it however you want. You know what I mean? Whether you're a supporter of him or whatever, right? Take that however. Me, my personal self, that's absolutely nuts that he's a Moor and he is going to meet us at a Starbucks in the village instead of at Moor Science Temple of America. That's crazy. So since that point, we absolutely stopped effing with him. Absolutely stopped effing with him. And then as soon as we stopped effing with him, now all these people are coming up and telling us about the effed up experiences they had with him. Effed up stuff. Well, who are those people? They got to speak up or whatever. No, they don't. I'm talking for them. They don't got to say jack. It's not their platform. This is Canaanland Moor's platform. And we're letting you know, and it wasn't just myself that was there. Other Moors were there too. And we're like, what? Why is he meeting us in the village? Why is this guy meeting us in the village? And he's talking BS about, oh yeah, man, well, you know, everybody's would talk to you down here. There's a little, you know, cultural area called Kensington Market. He didn't even say meet there. He didn't even say meet there. He said the village. That's where he wanted to meet the Moors. This is a Moor that everybody knows that name, Sabir Bey. That everybody's gonna be on the platform, yeah, support and fill their Cash App and all that stuff. And don't realize that they're getting played. You can go right now. You can go right now on the website and go get the book for 10 notes right now. Right now, you can go on the site and you can get the book for 10 notes right now. How's he telling you 60? And then you're paying 60. Are you dumb? You must be dumb. 60. King Alfred plan. 60? Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Remember, it's Black History Month. So yesterday we had the Kenyan. So here's another one for the Negroes.
Proud and niggas too. White folks are planning for 3 generations, and we're planning for Saturday night. The goal for us is to win, not to look like we're winning. I would rather carry a plastic bag with $5,000 in it than to carry a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag with $100 in it. You just looking like you winning. You ain't winning. Louis Vuitton is winning. Nike's winning. Armani is winning. Gucci's winning. It is interesting to me that the rich stay rich by pretending to be poor, and the poor stay poor by pretending to be rich. And if we do not fix this level of financial illiteracy, lots of reasons why we are at the bottom of every single economic statistic that matters. We cannot be black and proud and niggas too.
We cannot be black and proud and niggers. Sorry, you can't. You can't be the founders of civilization and nigger. No, you can't. Pick one. Now, if you're saying founders of civilization and all that stuff, you better have a nationality. And if you don't have a nationality and you're talking about your founders of civilizations, you're a fraud. And anything else that you say is a fraud. Everything else you say is a fraud. So it's absolutely positively important for our people to know that the Negro, black, colored, African, Indian, whatever brand name that they put on our people, once you accept the brand name, all, A-L-L, all of the misuses and abuses and mistreatments you're going to receive. And you can't complain about it after. You can't complain about it after. Every human being that means something, whether it's to their family, to their world, they have a nationality. They have a nationality. And if they have a nationality, they don't partake in certain activities. They just don't. Once you don't have a nationality, you're done for. You're done for. Right. Do not fall for the game. Don't fall for the game. Don't let them get you. Don't let them get you. Because they're really playing games. They're really playing games. Oh, yeah. They're playing games.
The receipts is receipting. You argue with them motherfucking receipts. You got people like some dude named Cujo Hill talking about I don't know what I'm talking about. Let him produce the matriarch of the land with the certified documents that was given while he was doing the work every step of the way. They was giving her the receipts for his following the tribal traditions in order to reclaim the land. If he can't do that, he can sit his ass down and shut up. Right? Mind your business, because obviously if you one of them dirty Moors, this has nothing to do with you. We already told y'all. We don't mind Africans being over here. We don't mind Asians being over here. But anybody that get in the way of these organic, walking Mississippi clay dirt ass niggas restoring our people to our shit, you're going to get stepped on, you're going to get walked over, and you're going to get treated like the fucking enemy. And it's not a negotiation. I'm just telling you like it is. When the gloves come off and I'm done brain banging, we might get to do some gang banging because we got a whole lot of frauds, imposters, and infiltrators, and wannabes, and motherfuckers that think they know and don't know shit.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Of us, and we got to change our cult and cult thinking. That you got to come under something, attach yourself to somebody to feel that you are of importance, but that's not what this whole thing is about. I don't want nobody following me unless you following me to get some jewels and get some good spiritual food on your.
Oh, so we talked about this yesterday on the IG. So Chakra Rarebird, the Empress of America that has the badges and the seals of whatever, and has the Eastern Star logo, so that means that they gave her the keys of the whatever. She just said, don't follow her. She said, if you're following her, it's just to get some jewels or something like that. You ain't following her for anything else. You're not following her because she's some Empress of the whatever. Where was Empress of the whatever in 2008? Because she wasn't around in 2008 when we came into this. She was in 2009. I never hear about this lady ever in my life. She's the Empress of America, and I never heard about her ever in my life. Ever. Stop this madness. Just stop it. Stop it. How's the Empress of America? No one heard about her ever. Yo, you know how many empresses I would give the scepter to before this lady? I don't care what she came out and said that she's whatever. I don't know you. I don't know this lady. I don't think any other Moors know her either. Now everybody knows that the Washita Empress, she was LB. You know, some rare bird and all that. She was LB. And she got 68,000 acres that she could say that she has jurisdiction over. 68,000 acres. What chakra rare bird bringing to the table? Washita Empress bought 68,000 acres with her. And she was LB. And her being LB lets me know that we're Moors, we're indigenous to the Americas. Ain't nobody tell me jack. Because the Empress of the Washita looked just like me. And she was LB. And she was recognized by United Nations and all that there are indigenous people on this landmass. And LB is their titles, their names. Is that what this Empress is riding off of? Because I know more about Empress than I know about her. So we're still riding with Empress as the Empress for the Moors. Before her, who is this lady? Where did this lady come from? Why isn't there any reference points of her other than this one guy? This one guy that he just came yesterday. And then all these indigenous whoever's with European names and all this, stop the foolishness. Stop the foolishness. There's no Empress Rare Bird. That's just some lady. Just put a crown on her and put her up there and say she's some authority over indigenous whatever. No, she's not. Where was she in 2008 with all that authority? And how she just making herself known yesterday? Yesterday? And we're just supposed to ride behind because this guy said that this is the Empress? This guy said. They didn't show you no papers or anything like that, show that she got some authority or whatever. They show you some Masonic badges. They're showing some 9 feathers badges. And talking about they got some authority over Moors. I don't know who this lady is. I don't care who this lady is. She's not my Empress. Right? My Empress not have no 3rd grade reading level. Because obviously she's elderly. Obviously. Just like we talk about all these other supreme grand whoever's that they can't see their feet when they stand up. We talk about they're in control of the Moorish movement and the Moorish Science Temple. Can't even run up a flight of stairs. Can't even run up a flight of stairs, but you're the supreme grand whatever. All right. Yeah. Not over me, you ain't. And not over many other Moors out here. I know you ain't either. You supreme grand whatever, and your members running laps around you. You're some authority? Stop it. Because it's either beer or swine what makes your stomach bloat like that. Why else are you bloating? What are you bloating for? It must be some type of swine or something like that. You can't see your feet for real? You can't. Okay, we'll go for that. You can't touch your ankles? I mean, you can't touch your ankles. You're the supreme whatever. But it's a cesspool right now because every weak mind, there's so many weak minds that these people are able to try. There's so many weak minds that these people are able to try. Don't be fooled. Don't be played. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one.
Man, fuck 12 on the dead homies, cuz. Free my nigga Biscuit, cuz. Biscuit in jail? Wow, free my nigga. Bro, what did he do? Cuz lost in the game of 21 at the park, so cuz shot the park up, cuz. Then he caught a bitch snitching to the feds on the phone, so he kidnapped her baby, cuz. He kidnapped a baby? Then the pigs pulled up, cuz let off on 3 cops. Pew, 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 pew. He kidnapped a baby? Cuz stole a car and got on, cuz. A baby. They chase cuz, spin cuz car out, pull him out the car and start beating his ass for no reason. What? For no reason? Cuz do not deserve to be in jail, cuz. Free my nigga, cuz. Fuck the police. Yo, cuz. Shut your dumb ass up. He deserves to be under the jail in a fucking box. Stop saying free the homie for niggas who deserve to be in jail. Man, fuck 12 on the dead homies, cuz. Free my nigga Biscuit, cuz. Biscuit in jail? Wow, free my nigga. Bro, what did he do? Cuz lost in the game of 21 at the park, so cuz shot the park up, cuz. Then he caught a bitch snitching to the feds on the phone, so he kidnapped her baby, cuz. He kidnapped a baby? Then the pigs pulled up, cuz let off on 3 cops. Pew, 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 pew. He kidnapped a baby? Cuz stole a car and got on, cuz. A baby. They chase cuz, spin cuz car out, pull him out the car and start beating his ass for no reason. What? For no reason? Cuz do not deserve to be in jail, cuz. Free my nigga, cuz. Fuck the police. Yo, cuz. Shut your dumb ass up. He deserves to.
Shut your dumb ass up. Shut your dumb ass up. Just shut up. Shut up with your dumb ass. Shut up. Just shut up. Big dummy. Talking stupid. Just talking stupid for no reason. Free the homie. Stupid. Let's get to the questions. Let's get to the questions for the day. Would I have to take on the rvbaypublications.com site? Would I have to take the test on the rvbaypublications.com site before obtaining my Moorish identification card? Now the test, you go on the website and you go to the test. That's for you. That's your test. That if you feel you have to test yourself, because that's how some people learn, they get good on the test, they know that they know. So you do the test for yourself. It's in your best interest to do the test so you can see where you're at. If you're using that as a gauge to say, okay, once I do the test, then I get my Moorish identification card, then that's for yourself. Right? That's for you. For you to test yourself. Right? There are others who, as soon as they got this information, stuff clicked for them, and they never looked back ever since. And they even take the test. And there's people who are, looking at this from a learning perspective. And based on what they learned, they want to test themselves to see if they will pass, if they would get their 80%, 90%, 70%, 50%, whatever grade they're going to give themselves based on them taking the test. But it's a good tool for you to study, to see where it is that you're at. And look at it like that. If you get 20%, you're probably not ready to go get ID cards and all that stuff if you got 20% on the test. Right. If you go that route of taking the tests, you don't have to take the tests. The test is there. It's public info. There's the questions. Answer them if you want. And that's not a prerequisite for Moorish identification. Right? The test is separate. Test has nothing to do with that. But if you want to use the test like that, yeah. If you want to use the test, you got to write a writ, then yeah, take the test. And see if you're qualified to write this writ. And then if you're qualified to write the writ, then hey, you pass the test, you go write your writ for whatever your situation is. Now you could also use it from the perspective of if you have a Moorish learning institution, you could use that as the test. So now you have a test that you can give to the students at your institution. Every year they do the test. And that's how we start having our own stuff like that. Instead of having a Moorish state or whatever, why we have a Moorish school board. We have that. Why we have that? Just thoughts. Just thoughts. That's all. What is the reasoning behind the headdress for the sisters? So the best thing you could do is go get the Moorish Girls Training Guide from khalifamedia.com. Go to khalifamedia.com and get the Moorish Girls Training Guide. And then the Moorish Girls Training Guide, it would show you, tell you, give you a full perspective on the intricacies of the Moorish culture for women. Just on the top, right? For a concept for you to just have is that your crown. When they say your crown, that comes from your chakras. That doesn't come from they put something on your head so that's your crown. Your crown is the crown chakra. That's the crown. when and the queen's crown, and you start looking at this thing with jewels in it and diamonds, and they took the ruby from the continent and all that stuff, and you're missing the point. There's a crown before the physical crown, and that's the crown chakra. Now that's a sensitive part of the being. Like the head is a sensitive part. So, for example, in Pakistan, they found that deaths from wearing helmets were less with turbans on than helmets. Let's go check that study. They did a study that turbans protect the head more than a helmet. So when you talk about the reasoning behind the headdress for sisters, if we look at it from a spiritual perspective, it's protection, because the head is sensitive. That's where you're going to get your attacks most. Right? And then head is, mind and, different glands, and there's a lot of things going on when you're dealing with the head. It's an important part of the body, right? So it's important that it be protected, especially with the mothers. Which again, when we're talking about the intricacies or whatever like that, don't let any man tell you, well, women are it should probably be a mother that tells you about mothers. What's father know about giving birth? What's he know? Should probably be so. Noble Drew Ali, as part of the Moorish movement, there was a sisters auxiliary. And then that was where all the mothers would learn about what it means to be Moorish. And they would have their little meetings, and they would have their little whatever it is that women need to have for them to be who they're supposed to be. And then there was a council of elders that are over the body of the auxiliary. Yeah. That's where it would go. Because it's intricate. Like the wrapping of it is a science. How long is the cloth that you're going to use is a science. Are you going to have a button on it? Or it's just going to have a plain? Are you going to have the fez on and then wrap it around the fez, opposed to, it goes deep when you talk about the reasoning behind the headdress for the sisters. Right? That's why it was documented. So you can go to khalifamedia.com and go get the Sisters Auxiliary Muslims Girl Training Guide. And it's real. It's an actual real training guide. Lets you know everything that you need to know. Whether you're in a temple or not in a temple or whatever like that, this is just standard how women should carry themselves if they're claiming they're Moors. This is just what it is. So I would go to that as a reference point. Because you can't just stop at headdress for the sisters. You have to go into what are they wearing, what are they eating, how are they treating their children, how are they treating their mate, all these things start, having to be dealt with. You can't just deal with the headdress only. But the training guide will help you out, most definitely. The training guide will definitely help you out. Is Sundays happy holy day, or is Friday a happy holy day? Like all the days are holy. All the days are holy. Yeah, but our first principle is love. And Friday is Venus. And Venus is love. So we honor on Friday. Right? We honor because first man was into flesh, taken out of flesh, into flesh. There's you can go into how many ever reasons you want that it's Friday. Yeah, but all the days are holy. So it's not wrong for you to say happy holy day every day. Every day is a holy day. Every day is an angel. Not just every day is a planet. It's not just Fridays only, and then everybody else is just some letters. And all of them are significant. Because love is our first principle. There's emphasis on Friday for Moors being the day that we kick it off. Like the day of love. Right? So we know that the questions that Moors ask might apply to others as well. This is part of why we do the Q&A, because you could deal with actual real-time solutions for people. Not some far-fetched thing down the road. Right. The whole planet needs Moroccan states and sultans declared. Should the people of Maghreb Al-Aqsa have Moroccan states? It was said on numerous occasions that this is the Moroccan Empire. Noble Ali said present Moroccan Empire. The Moroccan Empire breaks down into the Moorish nation. The Moorish nation breaks down into the Moorish Divine and National Movement. The Moorish Divine National Movement breaks down to the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Moorish Science Temple of Americas. Right, that is your equivalent to country, state, city, village, town, right? So when we talk about Moroccan states or Moorish states, what you first have to recognize and acknowledge is your estate before you start talking about states. If you don't recognize your estate, then the states and all that don't even matter. Because without fully, it's like the people who want to be free, but they don't want to be Moors. Right? Drew Ali told Moors that man will regain his lost estate. So until you regain your lost estate, all the other stuff that you're talking about is not in its full capacity. Has to be looked at in its full capacity. We like things half-assed too much. Right? We don't want one of the Moors always talks about we have the sapling and we're taking the leaves off the sapling to make tea because we like tea. We want natural tea, so we're gonna take these sapling leaves instead of letting the tree grow. Right? Let's stop taking the saplings off. Leave the saplings alone. Let the tree grow. We want to get too much for our benefit when this isn't really for us. This is for the generations after us. That's what Drew Ali said, right? This is for the third and fourth generation. So it's the same thing we're saying. This is for the third and fourth generation after us. What we're doing now is for them, 4 generations from us. Right? This is what it's for. And keep in mind that anytime you hear people talking about Moorish states and they're starting Moorish states and they're this and that, keep in mind, if you don't vote for them, whatever they're saying does not apply to you. If you didn't check off a name that they're claiming is whatever on the ballot and all that, that voters card and whatever, then whatever they're talking about doesn't apply to you. It only applies to people who are part of their thing. So don't think you could hear something slick from them and then go out here and go use it, because it's not going to work for you like that. Because you have to be part of their order if you're going to play their type of game. Right? So somebody popping up and say, yeah, they're in their Moroccan state in America, or in the United States, our Moroccan state, and all that. Listen for how they talk. Because they're the government. The Moors are the government, not the modern Europeans with the building and on the TV reading the teleprompter and nations addresses and all this stuff, and you're thinking that they're not the government. Only the indigenous people could be the government. And if you're in land and you look around and you're seeing the government is a foreigner, that means you're under occupation. That means you lost your estate. Your estate is in the interest of someone else's hands. So some people have regained their lost estate. They know the truth about their nationality and their birthrights. They know that they're not a ward. They know that, and they live according to that. Right? Having control of your estate isn't something that you can reach out and touch. Having control of your estate is a condition or circumstance in which the owner stands with regard to property. They start talking about states. Now if they're coming up talking about Moroccan estates, now that's a whole different thing now. But if they're talking about Moroccan state, watch these people. Just because they're about to play you. They're about to play you. Watch them carefully. Don't fall for it. Because many have. Many have. How come no other nations of the world know about the Moorish Science Temple? Also, how come all of the treaties describe Moors and Americas in opposition to each other? What is a Moorish American then? The world knows that we're Moors. The entire world knows that the people in North America, above Mexico, those people are descendants of Moors. All of them know this. If you're looking at why don't the people recognize Moorish Science Temple, your scope is out of focus. You're seeing blurry. You need to adjust your stuff. Because you're seeing blurry if you think that this is about Moorish Science Temple or something like that. The Moorish Science Temple flies a national flag. They don't fly a religious flag. So this isn't about some Moorish Science Temple. Yeah, but there's a building in the... Yeah, we know there's a building and all that. You think people walk by our window, look at the flag and say, oh, that's the flag of the Moorish Science Temple. No, they don't. Everybody sees us with that flag. Say, hey, Moroccan flag? Why are you flying the Moroccan flag? And we tell them that they're Moors. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I noticed your fezzes, and I know that that's Moorish, but I wasn't sure. Keep thinking that this is about Moorish Science Temple. This isn't about Moorish Science Temple. People have made it to be as if this is about Moorish Science Temple. It's not. Moorish Science Temple of America wasn't around for a year before they murdered Noble Drew Ali. Moorish Science Temple wasn't around long. That's the last thing that he did. And it had the least amount of activity compared to everything else before that. So get out your head that this is about Moorish Science Temple. And you think that, oh yeah, when we go to the Moorish Science Temple and then this building and then the religious affidavit in Cooks County and you start going into that, you're already lost. And then they're going to say, well, see, it's a religious corporation, so I'm not going to support it because it's a religious corporation. On paper, but that's not what it is. Moorish Science Temple of America doesn't stand on its own. It's part of something bigger than it. It's not by itself. It's part of something more. It's something more than what people think it is. And they only think that way because Moors have pushed it as if that's the way it is. That the building, the institution, the whatever Moorish that anybody starts or creates or whatever like that is part of the Moorish nation. That stuff doesn't stand on its own. It's because of something greater. Why it's even to be lesser. Lesser doesn't stand on its own. How come treaties describe Moors and Americans in opposition to each other? Treaties describe Moors and modern Europeans. Americans aren't modern Europeans. Americans are Moors. Americans are the copper-toned natives that were in the Americas before Europeans came here. Those are Moors if they're copper-toned. And then you go in the piggy bank, go in the oink bank, and then pull out all the pennies, and you see how much different kinds of looking copper there is. And guarantee there's so many different stuff of copper, you'll find one that matches your complexion to the T. That you wouldn't even know that there's a penny on you. So much different. Remember, we're talking about pennies all over the world. We're not talking about just North America. Just pennies are everywhere. Anywhere that somebody pulls out, hey, we found a penny or whatever like that. Put it on your skin, see what it is. And so Moors and Americans, no. Moors and modern Europeans are in opposition to each other. Because it's a karmic war. Because we put them in slavery first. And they're mad. And they put us in slavery. Now we're mad. But we don't have the power to put them back in slavery, so now we're stuck. And we don't have the power because we played ourselves. We played ourselves. The treaties ain't, we're in opposition to each other without treaties. We don't need treaties to be in opposition to each other. Treaties are for somebody else. We're not doing treaties with each other. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. All right, now we're doing business. Yo, I'm looking for whatever. Yo, yeah, I got it right here. And we're a unified people. Just majority of our people don't have a nationality, so they don't know what unity is. You know, beef with Moors. I see Moors going at each other, and no, you see righteous Moors standing up against traitors. You see Jesus turn over the tables of the money changers. That's what you're seeing when you see the back and forth with Moors. That's what you're looking at. There's some money changers, and then there's some people flipping over them people's tables. And those people's tables that's getting flipped over, even though they look like the table flippers, even though they look like them, these people aren't the same. Because some of them are not righteous. So don't look at that as some opposition because you see two fezzes going at it that you think that this is good versus good or something like that. No, there's a good versus evil going on. when you see Moors going back and forth. And you better use discernment to know which one is which one. What is a Moorish American? A Moorish American is a descendant of a Moroccan born in America. A descendant of Morocco born in America is a Moorish American. It's that simple. Like, it's that simple. It is that simple. It doesn't have to be hard. You know, it doesn't have to be hard. Right? It's how you're looking at it. Perspective. Perspective is key. Looking at it wrong because you had the wrong teachers and all that, then here you are, all messed up. Right? Can't figure this thing out. Next question. I recall a few IG videos ago, you breaking down Sharif Bey involvement in the Moorish Divine and National Movement and how he is compromised. Taking nothing away from what he has done or his wealth of knowledge, I just so happened to catch a video of him and another Moor sitting down with an NOI member named Malik Fard to discuss the topic of Freemasonry. As all studious Moors should know, that's our birthright and not some spooky modern European knowledge. However, during the conversation, the NOI guy brought up Saracens who taught the Templars. Sharif and the other Moor agreed with him. The NOI guy then proceeded to call the Saracens Black Masons. Everyone knows Saracens are Moors. My question is, are there levels of being compromised? Two proclaimed Moors sitting there and cheering him on is an error. Yeah, and I would say exactly to everything that you said. Because if Saracens are Moors, why are they calling them Black Masons? Unless the NOI guy is out here to try to cause confusion. And then here are these Moors backing the confusion that's being spread by the NOI. And then remember, they're going to be talking about unity and our brothers and all that stuff with some NOI people who call themselves Black. But Noble Drew Ali said we're not Negro, Black, or colored. So how are you honoring Noble Drew Ali by saying you're Moors, but then you're talking about unity with some Black people who Drew Ali said that our people aren't that? So if our people aren't Negro, Black, colored, if they're accepting that they're Negro, Black, colored, and our prophet said that we're not Negro, Black, colored, then you and them having any type of relations, that's not unity. How's that unity? The only way you have unity is with nationalities. You can't have unity with people who don't have a nationality. So yeah, there's levels to the compromise. The compromise could be, for example, because someone is part of something and they're not ahead of it, then they have to yield to whatever the head says. They can't do their own thing if they respect the head. You know, some of them take oaths, whether it's Masonic oaths, whether it's some Boule, Sigma Phi Pi Lie guys. They might have an oath or something like that, so they're compromising that way, that they can't, tell like they really want to tell. I think the main compromise are the ones that know the truth but aren't telling it for whatever reason. Something is holding them back from telling the truth like they should be telling it. Right? Something's holding them back. You can't put a finger on it as to what they got on these people that are gonna have them go on some NOI platform and going with the black thing and going with propaganda. Saracens aren't black Masons. That's not. Why would a Saracen be a black Mason? Black Masons during the time of the Saracens. Now, if they're talking about builders, they're still not black Masons. They're Saracens. The Saracens that built things. They're not black Masons that built something. Right? So either way that you look at it, they're playing some type of game. They're playing some type of game. Especially when like for example, when I went on those two platforms, right? NYP Talk Show and Peace Pipe TV. I went on there and there was no compromise. There was no I can't say this or I can't say that or whatever like that, because we had subject matter. It wasn't some broad thing. There's subject matter that we're here to attend. Right? There's a specific direction that this is going in. And the direction that is going in, that there's no way that anything could be compromised. Because the people who are putting it on are with the presentation. I didn't have to bite the tongue. Right? Because there was a specific direction that we were going in. But there's some vague stuff. Right? Saracens are Moors. Saracens are Black Masons. That's like we're talking about. That's some views, doing stuff for views stuff. Doing stuff for views. Right. You can't, it doesn't work when you do this for views. It doesn't work. How do I become Moorish? How do I get a Moorish license and Moorish social card, etc.? Now you have to look at it from the perspective that we're already Moors. And during Noble Drew Ali's time, there were already things in place. There were already things in place. Now, when we talk about how do you become Moorish, there's no becoming. It's what you are. There's no how do you become Chinese? How do you become German? How do you become Yugoslavian? How do you become? There's no how you become with that. So why would there be how you become with Moors? And then all these are colorable concepts. Because like I was saying, no one else could become whatever their nation is. Only in the Moorish paradigm do you hear that, become a Moor. But you don't hear any other nation talking about them becoming. They talk about I am. They're not becoming this. They are this. They are their nation. They are their nationality. They are their heritage. They are their ancestors. They are it. Right? They are it. So there's no becoming a Moor. We're Moors. Right? How do I get a Moorish license? There's no Moorish license. There's Moorish rights, and rights can't be licensed. So there's rights, and then there's licenses, which is them taking the right and selling it to you under a different name that you're not going to think that it's a right. And so you have a right to bear arms, but they're going to tell you gun license. Take the right, sell it to you as a license. You have a right to travel. They take that right, sell it to you in the form of a driver's license. Now you're under that. So there's no Moorish equivalent in that context. Right? Moors have rights. Right? Moors social card. What is the purpose of the social card? Right? And then that's for the people in the society to be able to access certain benefits that the quote unquote government has to offer. Right? And you're going to be able to, maneuver. If you want to go get whatever, you show this. If you want to go, you show that. These are all the things that the Moorish movement was setting up by why you have a nationality card. By why was there an emergency fund? Was there an emergency fund? Right? That was the social. That was the healthcare, the emergency fund. These are all the things that Noble Drew Ali was setting up so that we could have our own, what you're asking for, Moorish license. That there's going to be a building that you would have went to, that you proclaimed your nationality, and then they give you your ID in your hand, and then you walk out the building. I think temples issued nationality cards because they're religious. You really think you go to the Moorish Science Temple of America, Moorish Science Temple of America gives you a nationality card, and you really think that that's religious? You really think that? Since when religious giving out nationality cards? You are not in America. It's nothing to be in Jamaica talking about Moors while the Black Americans are dying. Well, that's why they're dying, because they're Black Americans. And black is a fiction. And that's why Jamaicans are dying, because that's a fiction. Jamaica, that's a British corporation. Jamaicans, that's British property if they're saying they're Jamaican. And if I was in Jamaica, that's part of South America. That's part of the Americas. How is Jamaica? Jamaica's not part of the Americas? You telling me that the quote unquote Caribbean islands, the Greater and Lesser Antilles, the West Indies, you telling me that that's not America? Where's that? Africa? Where's that then? Where is that? It's all this foolishness. That people know the truth about their nationality and birthrights, they wouldn't be dying the way that they're dying. They're dying like that because they don't have a nationality and everybody else does. We keep making reference to you with this migrants thing going on right now. The migrants are taking everything that the blacks are supposed to get, and the blacks are getting nothing. And their condition just keeps getting worse. And they don't get it. They think Moors hate them because we're not black and we say we're not black. No, dummy, you're dying. And no matter what we do to try to help these people, no matter what we do, at the risk of our own life, at the risk of our own life, we're doing our best to uplift fallen humanity. Uplifting fallen humanity. We're doing our best. And again, we're here for the two in the back. We're not concerned with your opinions and your feelings and your emotions. Questions. If our skin is clearly brown, why would the label be black? Right, so everything is a shock test to see how far the people are. If they can convince you that brown and black are the same, if they can convince our people that brown and black are the same, which they've done, then they can get them in a negative spiral. Because black is everything negative. And if you apply that to yourself, the hex is that negative is going to be what's on you now. So because we said brown, there's no hex there. Right? Nothing's coming, because this is how they justify the negative stuff that always happens to our people. Our people don't know it's because they're calling themselves black, which draws negativity to them. They're not looking at it like that. They're looking at skin tone. This is not about skin tone. This is about status. And the black status is the lowest status when you're talking about statuses. And in the black status, you're civilly dead. And if you're civilly dead, then there's no need for any nigger leaders to be talking about civil rights and all that stuff. Because if you're civilly dead, you definitely don't have civil rights. You most definitely have absolutely no civil rights if you're civilly dead. And black means civilly dead. You're still gonna be civilly dead after that. You're not gonna change your tune. You're not gonna realize, hey, yeah, something's wrong here. That doesn't seem right. No, you're not. All right, you don't have to. We're not begging you. Do what you do. Why do certain black groups say that they are black because of the triple stage of darkness, etc.? Where did that concept come from? In the realm of, for lack of a better term, let's just say consciousness. Right? In the realm of consciousness, are people coming into the truth about who we are and whatever, right? In that realm, there's a lot of leeway for BS. There's a lot of leeway for BS. The BS is that them calling themselves black has nothing to do with triple stage darkness and all that. Those two don't relate. Are people saying we're black and then triple stage darkness? Those things don't relate to each other. That's just a conscious game. The conscious realm game People pretending to know themselves when they don't know jack about themselves. And they're going to know that they're Moors and they're going to call themselves orange and blue and all that. Instead of just say that they're Moors. They're going to call themselves houses of consciousness and all that stuff, and instead of just saying that they're Moors. And they're going to bring up all these fake scholars that as soon as they start saying black, that's proof that they're a fake scholar. And so you know, that illusion of, you know, we're black because the ancient Egyptians had the chambers in the pyramids where it was so black that it would uncalcify your pineal gland. That has nothing to do with the people being called black. They're just lying to fit their narrative. Because black is not an identity of people. And triple stage darkness is not an identity of people. None of those are identities of people. That's just stuff people are making up to justify their BS that they want to do or talk about. And then remember, all of it is to divert you. Once it's not talking about Moorish, it's to divert you away from the fact that that's who you are. That's who we are as a people. You want to get your attention away from that. Because once they keep the people not being Moors, once they keep the people not being Moors, then the darkness, which is the ignorance, is going to continue to reign. What is the proper Moorish diet? I would say eat to your blood type. But then if you're not going to eat to your blood type, then, you know, as much fruits, vegetables, berries, you know, nuts, natural, organic food as possible. Whatever you could get, just eat that. You'll be all right. There ain't no Moorish diet like that. You know, Jolly told these Moors, hey, if you want fresh meat, there ain't nobody out here gonna kill camels for you. You want fresh meat? Eat some camel meat. If you're gonna be a meat eater, can you get camel? No. So it probably, you know, it takes a lot of things out of circulation that you could eat if you can't eat camel. Right? So if you're eating meat, you want to get it like the lions in them. You're not gonna be, you know, slicing it up and put it on the stove and saute and all that. So you're not gonna do that. You're just gonna take a bite out of a deer, and then that's dinner. You just take a bite out of a deer. If you're really on the diet like that, you know. You can do that. You know, just do your research and eat healthy. You know, there's enough information out there. You know, that you can have a proper diet. There's enough information out there. Doesn't have to be Moorish. You know, Moorish diet. There's just eating healthy. It's not a Moorish thing. It's not like that. There's certain things you want to, you know, have out of the body. You don't want parasites in the body. You don't want mucus in the body. There's certain things that you don't want. And then there's certain foods that you can eat that's going to keep those things out of the body. Drawley started with water. Want your heart pure? Drink water. How far in the timeline do Moors appear? Well, if Moors are going to say the flag is 10,000 years old, what are we talking about 10,000 years from 10,000 years in the past? If we go back 10,000 years, who were these people if we go back 10,000 years? And then some say 50,000 years in the literature. So if we're going back 50,000 years, and some literature says 100,000 years. Just count the zeros. Just right. So our people, what we have to get out of our head is that when we say Moors, we're talking about dark-skinned people. So how far back do dark-skinned people go? That's how far back Moors go. You get it? You get it? What is the Moroccan history in the 1500s? World history. In the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, Moors were ruling the oceans, the seas, the rivers were being run by Moors. No one could put a boat in the water unless they got permission from the Moors. In the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s. Why? Because the world was under the jurisdiction of the Moroccan Empire. So when they talk about Moroccan history and our people's mindset goes back to some place on Al-Kebelan, aka Africa, in the northern part, and then they're saying that's Morocco, that we know that people didn't study. We know they didn't study. They're just going by what they were told. And you can't go by what you're told. Exactly. Slaves were captured Moors because they're dark-skinned people, right? And the church used the papal bulls to keep the people black and not Moors. When they say they banished the Moors, they didn't kick Moors out anywhere. They started calling them black. That's how they banished the Moors. That's how they killed all the Indians. They didn't kill millions. How are they killing millions of Indians? It's 5 Europeans. What are you talking about? 5 Europeans killed millions of people? No, they changed their name from Moors to Indians. That's how they killed the Indians. What was the slavery? There was no shackles and all that stuff. That's a lie. The slavery is they had these people's minds. The slavery is mental. The slavery is on paper. The slavery is not some shackles. Yeah, but there were plantations and all that. Yeah, and you saw Django, and Stephen was the head of the plantation. Stephen was the one running the show. You know, Europeans were slave masters. That's a lie. That's only in movies. No, cowboys were some Europeans. Cowboys are brothers. Black Bill and all that stuff. What do you think Black Bill is European? It's real crazy when you start thinking about it and using your own reasoning mind and your common sense. You blow your own mind. You blow your own mind. Right? And right, I'm from Mississippi. When you go to Mississippi, all you got is mounds all up and down Mississippi. Mounds everywhere. And if there's mounds everywhere, that means that there was people who built those mounds. People built those mountains. Those mountains didn't just pop up there. People did that. And all the people who did that, they were dark-skinned people. What does that tell you? That they're Moors. Can you explain how Cherokee get 500K when they turn 18? Because they're sold out. Because they're not Cherokee, they're Moors. So the 500K is a payout for them agreeing to be Cherokee. Especially if there's proof that they took finance and now they're saying they're Cherokee. That's proof. Because Noble Drew Ali's Cherokee. You heard him say that he's Cherokee ever? Why not? Because he knows that's a fiction. And he knows that the indigenous people here are Moors. Because Henry Turner is his uncle. And they're Washita. $68,000 acres. We're Moors. You've been lied to by your own. These casinos have given these wicked Edomites money. How? Because the same sellouts calling themselves Indians. And all the finance from the casino should be going to the indigenous people so they don't have to live on a reserve. That's why the European was able to murder Fred Hampton in his sleep. Because of their own. I think got murdered in his sleep because of their own. I think they were able to get your hand out my pocket and all that. Why do you think they could do that? They didn't do no searches. Obviously, they weren't searching. How does he have threats on his life and then they're not searching? There ain't no Indians. There ain't no Cherokees. That's a fiction. That's a lie. There's no Cherokees and all that. All that tribal stuff is a lie. We are a nation. And as a nation, we have a nationality. Our nationality is Moorish Americans. That's from North America, South America, Central America, and adjoining islands. They're Moorish Americans. Moor Science Temple of America can't make you a Moor. Because if Moor Science Temple makes you a Moor, then how did Noble Drew Ali be a Moor? What temple did he go to? And don't tell me nothing about no Canaanite temple made him a Moor and all that stuff, because they're called Canaanite. So obviously they're not telling people about their Moors if it's a Canaanite temple. I think you stop messing with that, because that was BS. Are you Moors and you have a Canaanite temple? Shouldn't you have a Moorish temple if you're Moors? Logically, if you're Moors, would you have a Moorish temple or a Canaanite temple? Make it make sense. Why would we be Moors and have a Canaanite temple? Not making no goddamn sense. Right? The Moorish Jews had a Moorish Zionist temple. This is easy. Do Moorish children meditate? Is there a certain age they should be? I've seen Moors 4 years old meditating. See, Moors 4 years old meditating. Knowing at 4, you know what, I'm getting mad because Mom, whatever you did, so I'm gonna go sit in the corner by myself. So there's no age. You know, one thing that we have to get out of doing is limiting them to our warped perspectives of things, because we're adults, we think we know something. You know, don't limit them like we were limited. Don't put your trauma on your heirs. Your trauma is your trauma. You gotta deal with that on your own. Don't be transferring the stuff that happened to you to them. We're supposed to end generational curses. So, yes, Moorish children do meditate, and that's something that all children should be doing and should know what that is. No matter what age. You know what the bootleg meditation is? You know what the bootleg meditation is? You know when they have quiet time? Quiet time is the meditation. I didn't tell you it was meditation. They told you, it's something else. Quiet time is the meditation. So yes, there should be. They should be meditating, yes. And it doesn't matter the age. Like I was watching a thing, and they were using they're using the sound bowls to quiet crying children. Children like, boom, and children shut up. It was crazy. And then that's tuning them to certain frequencies. Like immediately shut up. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? Whatever the relationship of the sound has to the child recognized that it hearing something, But you know, you could see the perplexed look on their face or whatever like that, and they just stop crying, listening to this sound. It was crazy. Like crying, like going off. Stop crying. It was amazing. It was amazing. So yeah, let those children meditate, please. Let them meditate. Why did Noble Drew Ali help the Moors and not other people? Because everybody was sent a prophet. Everybody was sent their prophet. Everybody. We had our prophet that was sent to us. We had our prophet that was sent to us because we needed our own prophet. Everybody else had theirs. You know, everybody else had theirs. They had their whoever that they listened to that came to them to save them from the wrath of whatever they call their God. Right. Are you familiar with D9 organizations? No, no clue. No clue what D9 organizations are. Can you explain what the Quran is in context of the Moors and what is the difference between Islam and Muslims? The Quran that the people of the East have, that was brought to them by Muhammad. The Quran that Moorish Americans have, that was brought to us by Noble Drew Ali. The Quran over there, that's Islam. The Quran over here in the Americas, that's Islamism. That's Islam. This is Islamism. And if this, what the Moors have is Islam, it's I, self-law, and master. It's not that stuff that you're seeing over there in the East. When Moors say Islam, that doesn't mean the Islam over there. That means I, self-law, master. That means peace. That means one with everything. That doesn't mean suicide bombing and all that. 99 virgins and all that stuff. That's not what Islam means to Moors. Right? They say Muslim, we say Muslim. Yeah, you can take the vowels out and it still says M-S-L-E-L-M. Muslim. Muslim. Just like you could take the O's and the U's and the A-U's out from Moor, and then you have Mer. And Mer is pyramid. And then the pyramids are Fez. And the Fez is the headdress of the Moors. And the pyramid is a place where everybody went to go learn. And then the Moors are the ones that built all these universities for people to learn. Stop it. Stop it. So this stuff is not, it's easy. This stuff is easy. People make it hard for no reason. Just like they said with the Quran. Or with the one-on-one questions. I forgot what I was going to bring up, but I got caught reading this. What are some things that Moors can do with other Moors to stay active? Just connect with Moors. Constantly build with Moors. Constantly build with Moors. You know, staying active isn't, you know, going to court or something like that. Staying active is start a business with a Moor. Staying active is get together with some Moors and make a flyer that you could drop from the plane. You know, 1 million flyers are going to drop from the plane, biodegradable paper and all that stuff. You know, active is you know, go visit them more. You know, take the 14-hour drive and go visit them more. You know, whatever. Do whatever love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice calls for with another Moor. And trust me, you'll stay active. Trust me, you'll stay active. What do you say to Moors who say Noble Drew Ali didn't teach I, self-law, and master? You know, Drew Ali told Moors, if I told you everything, you'll go back to sleep. So he didn't tell us those ones. But, you know, we have master teachers. You know, and master teachers brought a lot of these things to us. Not because Noble Drew Ali didn't bring it means that we're not going to employ it in our life or whatever. Like Drew Ali was universal. So once it's in harmony with what Noble Drew Ali brought, then, you know, I know Noble Drew Ali taught about self. I know Noble Drew Ali taught about I know Noble Drew Ali taught about law. And I know Noble Drew Ali taught about master and servant and magistrate and subject and all that. So he didn't have to say, I, self-law, and master, I'm teaching you that. I figured that stuff out by studying from other Moors who are honorable and righteous. You know, I don't need Noble Drew Ali to tell me everything. Because he said, I'm not going to tell you everything. You're going to go back to sleep. Or I'm going to tell you things that's going to turn your brain to water. And then you're useless. If your brain's water, you know you're not alive, right? You know you're done for. So you don't want your brain to turn to water. That's not an option. If we're going to be active and all that stuff, and we're going to be useful, then that's not an option. How do we build a new temple of God? The new temple of God is the body. You don't have to build it. You just have to maintain the one that you have. You know, got some loose handles and stuff like that. Tighten up them handles. You know, you want to retrofit, bring in a whole new, you know, a whole new mold. Okay. Fix what you have. I need to lock in with a financial Moor. I'm in need of income. But the majority of people who need an income, they have a job. Majority of people. I don't care what their nationality is. They probably work somewhere. So if you're looking to have that, you probably just go get a job. You know. So don't think because you're a Moor, you're not gonna have to work or something. You think we're not gonna have manufacturing companies where we need a janitor? You think the Moor with the fez on, that's a janitor? You think he's not needed or something like that? Or you think we're just gonna go sit back on the beach with our Speedos, taking pictures to upload to IG when we make it? You think the work stops or something like that? If these Europeans went back to Europe right now and said, here, Moors, here's everything, you think work's not going to have to be done? You think people's garbage is not going to be piling up? We need garbage men still? Come on. Come on. Let's get real. Let's get real. Jolly said there's enough work for everybody to do. And Moors want to connect with financial more. So they can be told how to discharge a debt, and then they can just run up cards, buying Jordans, and then discharge the debt. Not build one school. And then if they do build a school, they pull some Umar BS. How do I navigate the Quran? Which Quran? The Moorish Quran or the Quran over there? If you're talking about the Quran over there, you should probably go ask those people who read that Quran. If you're talking about the Moorish Science Temple of America, Moorish Holy Temple of Science Quran, then you start at the front and then read it to the end. And then have your, metaphysical Bible dictionary, have your etymology dictionary, have your unabridged dictionary with you. So as you're reading through, the holy book of the Moors, you could look up anything that you don't know the meaning of, so you can be clear. Don't forget 7:30 p.m. RV Bay presentments, RV Bay go to class sessions every Wednesday 7:30. Don't forget tomorrow is the third Thursday, Sons of Allah, with Mizraim L and Cujo L as well. Remember that the show's going on the road, and we're going to be near the jurisdiction of Aurora, Colorado, and that's coming up next week. Next week, we'll be out there. Honors to all the Moors who supported, made this happen. This is the first of a few that are coming up over the next 5 months or so. So just look out for the flyers. If you want any info with regard to Aurora, Tariq Bay, Tariq with a Q, Tariq Bay 2018 at gmail.com. Get at the Moor and we'll connect next week. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Supreme honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the mothers worldwide. Peace and love to all the Moors in the chat. Stay true to the cause. Honors, Moors, Islam to all.